Hi everyone! Today we are going to be making a penguin finger puppet using just a few tools in your classroom. Here are the materials that you're going to need. You're going to need a Wonder Knitter and your Wonder Knitter pick, whatever size disc you want. Today I'll be using the 6-prong disc, a color of your choice. I have a multicolored black, gray, and white ball of yarn, a measuring tape in case we need to measure, some googly eyes, some buttons, an assortment of smaller pom-poms, a glue gun, and some glue. And you're going to need some felt. I have chosen white felt for today's craft. The first piece is going to be an egg shape. It should be small enough to fit in the center of your palm. And then we have two shapes that are just big enough to make a little dome shape, flat on the bottom and round at the top. And as you can see, it fits just a little bit past the perimeter of my index finger. And I have two of those. So what we're going to do is begin our wonder knitting. So you take the tip of your yarn ball and you're going to drop it down into the center of the Wonder Knitter. Make sure that you have enough yarn to hold in your hand. And now we're going to wrap the prongs. The goal is to wrap counterclockwise as you go along, just once, like so. I am wrapping it just once around each one. And then we're going to rotate it so that the end of your yarn can come down into this little insertion right here. Make sure that your yarn is tucked down with your finger to touch the bottom of the disc. You don't really want your yarn to get tangled, so this is a great method to avoid that. Now, to begin our first stitch, you're going to rotate the disc to your left, and you're going to use your pick to pull down into the first loop and rotate it down into the center of your Wonder Knitter. As you do this with your students, you really want to explain that you need to be working with whichever prong has two pieces of yarn on it, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. We're going to rotate our disc just one at a time to the next prong. You can see that there is a loop of yarn at the bottom and the string or the yarn that is attached to the yarn ball. That's how you know which one you should be working on, which stitch to do next. Sometimes as kids in the classroom speak to one another or get distracted perhaps, they can forget where they are. And if they do forget where they are, simply find the end of wherever the yarn is connected to, and that is how you know which one to do next. We're going to continue this step. Bring the loop to the center and rotate. Bring the loop over the prong to the center and rotate. If you find that your students are getting confused, what you can do is also tug gently on that piece of yarn, and you can see it's starting to form loops. What's going to happen is your knitting is going to start to form in the center and it will come down through the bottom. You're going to want a puppet that's about 4 to 5 inches long. And you're going to continue this step all the way around. I chose the 6-prong attachment for this Wonder Knitter because I want this finger puppet to be really dense. But it doesn't matter if you use the 6-prong or the 3-prong. Now you'll notice as I go along that my thumb is staying kind of in the same position throughout every stitch that I make. It doesn't really go over here in the back. It stays in the same consistent spot so that I can continue to rotate. This is a great project to do either in one afternoon session Or if you have a student who is working on this throughout several sessions, it's great to come back to because it holds nicely in their project bag or however you decide to keep their projects in your class. You can see that it's beginning to form really nicely. Now, if your yarn really goes into the center of the disc, just make sure you're bringing it over so that you have something for your loop to come over. Some students find the pick easy to use, and other students find that it can be a hindrance. You can always show them how to do it with just their fingers. Pull the bottom loop, and my thumb is securing the piece of yarn that's attached to the yarn ball, and I rotate. But for most teachers, I recommend using the stick because it makes the process go that much smoother. This little indentation right here is perfect for the tip of the pick to really fit into. Now this project is going to be a penguin for the winter season, but if you want to do a different animal, that's fine as well. Not all students are really drawn to penguins. I find that most are, but you can also do like a worm, you can do a bear with some brown or white yarn, and all that you would need to do is attach different colors of your felt for the ears or whatever part of the animal that you'd like them to add. You can see it's starting to form here. If your students ask, the part that is coming out first is actually going to be the top of the penguin head. So if you have students who want to use multicolors in their finger puppet, that might help to plan in which color they want to begin with on their Wonder Knitter. You can keep tugging it every once in a while to just make sure nothing is popping off. Do not be surprised if your students want to Wonder Knit every class. We find that students are really into Wonder Knitting, and I can see why. It's fun, you see results almost instantly, really, and kids get that sense of accomplishment pretty quickly, which is nice, especially for the students who have never done this before. The great thing about using a multicolored yarn is that it starts to form naturally, and it gives it a really sophisticated look, the sequencing of the pattern with all the different colors. It is both impressive and it gives it this effect that you really know how to knit. We're almost to the end of our knitting, but I'm just going to do a few more rows. you're not sure if it's long enough, you can always bring your ruler or your measuring tape. We're just at 4 inches. This seems pretty long and a good size for my finger. So you're going to grab a pair of scissors and give yourself enough yarn to be about the same length as your knitting. You can go longer if you'd like. And now we are going to cast off our Wonder Knitting. This looks similar to the actual process of knitting the stitches around the Wonder Knitter, but it's a bit different. So you'll see here the first stitch that we are going to cast off. I'll bring the loop from the bottom over the yarn like I was doing before, but now there's a different step. The loop that is now here, you're going to take out completely. And you can see that the stitch is now no longer on the peg. I'll bring the yarn back into the space right here, and I'll rotate, and I will repeat this for every peg along the knitting. Bringing the bottom loop over to the center, taking the loop out completely. Rotate, give it a nice tug, place it back in the space, bringing the loop to the center again, and taking out the yarn. This goes really quickly. Bringing down the loop over to the center. We've just got 2 more. This can feel very similar to the actual process of the stitching. If you're really in a groove or a meditative state with your Wonder Knitting, be careful that during casting off that you just don't want to continue to make more stitches. It happens. And we're on our last one. And you're going to pull it out through the bottom. And we have a really beautiful shape, cylindrical shape. Now, what I like to do is tie a little knot around my finger for the loose end. I'll do a double knot just in case. And I'm going to trim this part right here. This was the top where we began our Wonder Knitting. So that is pretty secure because of how we cast on, so you don't need to worry about tying a knot here. You can if you'd like, but you do not have to. So you can test it around your finger, but we still have the fun part, which is the decorating. So what I'm going to do first is just test to see if the tummy of the penguin fits, and it does nicely. What I'm going to do is just glue around the perimeter of this. What you don't want is too much glue to go down into the inside of your Wonder Knit finger puppet. Very gently tap it around the edges. I like to place it in the center. And again, I just always like to remove any strands of hot glue. Now I'm ready to attach my wings. One on each side. I will just be gluing the straight edge only on one side because you want to make sure that the wings can move around like a penguin. And you can get creative with your students if they want to add different colors. It doesn't have to be a black and white penguin. tap the glue around the knitting. I always just like to test out how it fits before I move on to the next step. They look adorable. Now, I think I want to decorate the face with some googly eyes, and I am going to choose an orange pom-pom for the beak. Attach a little tiny drop of glue. Tap it on gently. And of course, remove any strands of glue. Now you can attach the eyes if you'd like. I'm going to pick two the same size. And when attaching googly eyes to your projects, I like to attach the glue just so that it fits in the center, because when you place the googly eye onto the project, the glue is going to expand as you tap it down. And there you have it, your adorable finger knit penguin finger puppet. So cute. Thanks for watching.